Hello, this is Mr. Craig, and welcome to Honors Chemistry, Plainfield High School. Little introduction about myself. I started teaching chemistry in 1998 at Avon High School, where I taught there for 17 years before moving to Plainfield back in 2015. I currently teach Honors Chemistry, AP Chemistry, and also Organic Chemistry. So if you are going to be a chemistry geek or want to learn a lot of chemistry, you're going to be around me a long time while you're here at Plainfield High School. All right. If you need to contact me, probably this is the best way, email. So there's my email address. That's also on my syllabus, which I'll show you here in a moment. Some expectations. Come prepared each and every day, ready to learn. In other words, if we have a lecture the day before, there's going to be some homework. So please have the homework done. Google Classroom, we'll talk about Google Classroom. This is where I'll actually keep everything. Schedules, homework. I'll give you a printout of all the homework. This is where you can find the notes, copies of the homework, answers to the homework, video links to the homework, a whole bunch of stuff. So that's kind of neat. And Kami, we'll talk about that once we get into class. Let's take a look at the syllabus here. So again, has my contact information up there. It's probably easier just to email me. I check my email a whole lot more than I check voicemail. I'm not even sure if my voicemail works, but interesting. The grading scale. This is, I believe, a Plainfield High School standard, so there should be no surprises when it comes to how do I get an A, how do I get an F. Please don't get an F in here. The way that your grade will be determined is that 40% of your points will come from exams, 15% from quizzes, homework will count as 15%, labs will count as 15%, and obviously we'll have a final exam at the end of each semester. Here's the thing. I love to help students. However, you have to be willing to come to me to ask for help. I cannot read your mind. You will find out that once we get started, we do a lot of review before we do a test. I'll even give you some review before we take a quiz. So what that means is when you come into class and if you don't understand something, either ask me or ask somebody else in this classroom to explain something to you. Do not wait until the day of the test or the quiz to walk up to me and go, I don't know what I'm doing. That is the wrong time to be doing that. There's a reason there's this word on here, honors. Honors means that you are above the regular in terms of academia. You are willing to be challenged. You are willing to work harder than just the regular students. So I don't want you to come in and say, I didn't understand what I was doing. You will find out, and this is meant for you parents, that every single lecture or every bit of information that I'm giving where I'm talking to students is recorded. There is a video. All of this information has links in every single packet. There'll be a lot of homework questions that have answers, but with a video explanation. But the Google Classroom is where you'll find all the lecture video links. So no excuses. So if you're saying, man, he's going way too fast, I can't write down all this information. Well, number one, you don't really have to write all this information down. If you're looking at Google Classroom, you'll be able to find all that information there for you. You'll have to fill in a few blanks and make a few side notes, but for the most part, I'm giving you everything. So no excuses. All right, so if you do need extra help, I do coach in the fall and in the spring. So the best time to ask me for help is before school. So I know that they let students in at about 7:30. So if you need extra help, come and see me before school starts. That's the best opportunity for you to get help. I can't really help you after school on most days. So come if you need extra help. Come and see me. Email me. There's a lot of ways to ask for help, but do ask for help if you need it. Calculator. You will need a calculator in this class. The minimum that I require is a 2-line calculator. All right, so here's what I mean. So if you need a calculator, this is a great one. the TI-30X IIS. This is a 2-line calculator. It's about $15 at Walmart. It's very low tech. It has a solar panel on it. As long as you're exposed to some light, this calculator will work for you. It's very reliable. You can use it for a lot of classes. And most importantly, it has this, a 2-line display. What I do not want to see in my class are these types of calculators. I know that you probably got one of these when you were either in middle school or maybe earlier than that, or maybe a brother or sister, or maybe somebody else had these types of calculators. These single-line calculators will not help you because I cannot retrieve what's called a history. 2-line calculators, I'm able to go back and see how you type things in. And if I can't see how you typed them in, because with these single-line calculators, as soon as you hit one of these function buttons, multiply, divide, subtract, multiply, all that jazz, then it essentially erases all the steps that you put in before then, and it's just giving you the answer. So if you have a wrong answer, there's no way I can go back and look at your history. So again, this is a great calculator. Again, they might be having sales for right before school. So if you're watching this video before school starts, you can probably get one of these for around $15. Don't think you need to go to Amazon to get it. The Walmarts have them, Targets have them. Everybody that sells school supplies has these type of calculators. These are like the best ones that you can find for under $20. Okay, now, if you need, say, a higher type of calculator for like a math class, then definitely you need to get the calculator that your math class or teacher is asking you to get. And probably what you'll need to get is something that looks like, whenever it pops up here, let's give it a second here to think. So glad it's thinking hard. Is one of these calculators. Again, I don't require this for my class, but you may need one. I noticed that on Amazon today, again, we're before school, I did see them range in price from $99 to $150. Now, the higher price is for all these fancy colors, but if you don't mind a black face, you could buy one for $99. However, make sure that you are getting the CE. So the TI-84 Plus CE. These are rechargeable, so you don't have to buy batteries for them. However, I will say that these TI-84 Pluses that look like a brick, have no backlight, require batteries. Texas Instruments trying to unload these things. So they're not going to be cheaper. They're just trying to unload them, and there is no backlighting. And these will do exactly what you need to have for math class or even for my class. But again, the minimum that I need is one of these. Okay, so make sure, get a calculator. Do not go, oh, I don't know where I could get a calculator. Walmart, go to Target, go wherever. I don't care, Staples, wherever. Get a calculator. This is an honors chemistry class. You will need a calculator. Get it today. All right, so done with that. Some class rules. Be nice. Treat each other like you would want to be treated. Good old-fashioned golden rule. Be prepared. In other words, when you walk into class each day, be ready to learn. Make sure your laptop has a charge in it if we're going over some lecture notes. Make sure you're bringing your packet that has your homework in it. Make sure you're bringing your calculator. Your cell phone will never, ever be a calculator for you. So if I see you using your cell phone as a calculator, I'm going to have a talking to you. I need you to learn to use your calculator. Also, you shouldn't have your phone anyway. There's a table over here when you walk in the door that'll have a certain spot just for your cell phone. So make sure you bring a calculator. Be on time. Okay, I don't want to have to count you late for being tardy. I understand that we're on the opposite side of the building, but if I notice that, hey, you're like showing up 5-10 minutes late, you better have a very good excuse. And it better not be because my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever friend, I had to walk to class. I don't want to hear that. Okay. Obey the school rules. Make sure you read your student handbook. Understand what is permitted at Plainfield High School. Okay. Number 5, when you enter the classroom, place your phone Not in the blue boxes, but actually on the table. And you'll see a spot. We'll talk about that on day 1. During tests and quizzes, under no circumstances are you allowed to have any electronic device other than your approved calculator out of your backpack or your computer bag. So I don't want you saying, oh, I'm using my computer because it has a calculator on it. Well, you know what else it has? It has everything else that you can access. So make sure you bring a calculator. If you should happen to miss a quiz or a test, say we had a test or a quiz today, make sure that you are ready to take it tomorrow. Because, again, you're not missing any new material. So that is the expectation. Also, if you miss a day of class, look in Google Classroom, look at the schedule, and see what we did. I'll bet you there'll either be a review or there'll be a lecture, which has a video, so you can actually watch it when you're feeling a little better. But don't ever walk into class and go, what did I do? That's probably the one thing a teacher never wants to hear is, did we do anything yesterday? Yes, we always do something in class every day. Okay? All right. And most importantly, you and you alone have to be a self-advocate for yourself. Once you get out of high school, there's going to be very few people that care about you. So you have to learn to care for yourself. You have to learn to take care of yourself. When you go to college, if you decide to go to college, nobody's going to be there to go, all right, wake up. You got to go to class now. Nope. You better be learning how to do all that stuff right now. So be a self-advocate for your learning, for yourself, everything in life. Because, Bubby, you're in the driver's seat. Assignments, they're due on the next day that we meet as a class. So if we have a homework assignment on Friday, it's due on Monday. If you have a homework assignment on Monday, we meet on Tuesday, it's due on Tuesday. So make sure you get your homework done. And for many of the assignments, you have plenty of time in class to finish them. So I don't want to hear the excuse, I didn't have time. You're an honor student, so make sure you're doing that. Lab reports, we'll talk about that later. Homework, always do the next day. Get in the habit of using a pencil when you're in class. Using pens in chemistry is just a disaster waiting to happen. So don't use pens. Don't ask me for a pen. Always have a pencil. If you don't have a pencil, add pencils. You'll see a box of pencils sitting up at my desk. Extra credit, I don't know what that is, so you might feel compelled to ask me what extra credit is. I'm just going to look at you like you have worms coming out of your ears. I don't know what that is. You get the grade that you earn, okay? Let's see. There's some class norms. These are all pretty much things that you should already know. We'll talk about some of these, like no naked numbers, a little bit later on. What else here? Yeah, always show work, all units. We'll talk about those are the two biggies when it comes to taking tests and quizzes. So we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. Also, this is an honors chemistry course. Honors courses are not intended to be easy or a blow-off class. And you should have homework each night. And you should have to study for a test. Do not expect to learn the material the night before the test and hope that you will do well in the test or the quiz. Staying on task, asking questions is the best recipe for success. Chemistry is the beginning of many pathways to your future. Okay? If you have no clue at this point in your life, chemistry will open up a lot of doors. So in other words, if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, chemistry is a pretty good thing. It's kind of like another language, but again, if you figure it out, good things are going to happen for you. All right, so that's all I've got. Again, if you need to contact me, and I'm mainly talking to parents and guardians right now, if you need to contact me, this is probably the best way to do that. I expect everybody to have a great year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day.